Okay then everyone, so welcome back to a new video and thank you very much for joining me. And in this video I wanted to talk to you about, is a personal brand right for you, the benefits it brings and what it's all about. So my personal experience from about March, I started my personal brand, started my YouTube, my Instagram, TikTok and all my social media platforms that I'm on. And I haven't had rapid growth with it. I haven't had, hundreds of thousands of subscribers or even thousands of subscribers. I'm just over 100 subscribers as we stand right now. But the one thing that I've learned is if you're using it to qualify an audience or something like that, it really can be a powerful thing. So let me give you the example. So a few days ago I was cold calling. I booked a sales call, a video call with someone, and we went over meta ads, how we can help them, etc. And they said they wanted to get started. And so I texted him this morning, when do you want to get started with the work? Have you signed the contract? Does it all seem okay? And he said to me that he's not actually going to start the work now and it's just something that he's going to do himself later on. So I said, okay, that's fine. And now on LinkedIn, I had someone come to me about a week ago or 2 weeks ago saying that he wanted my help with meta ads, running his business and trying to grow his business using funnels and systems and that kind of thing. Because he'd seen my content on LinkedIn for quite a while, he's been watching it and following it, which is just absolutely amazing that people are following the journey and being a part of it. I can only thank you all so much for that. It really does mean the world to me. And so we hopped onto this call and he said we wanted to get started, and so we've booked another call for next week just to confirm and make sure everything's okay, go over everything, the copy and how we're going to run it and everything like that. And so there was a very key difference between the two types of calls that I had. The first one, from the cold call, the person just seemed they weren't very keen of growing their business. There just wasn't passion there, is what I'm trying to say. I don't think the person had enough passion. But on the video call that we hopped on from LinkedIn, that person had been following my journey. He saw that I was driven and disciplined, and he said, and he came across as a lot more passionate. He really cared about his business. He wanted to grow this really properly and make sure it's the best it possibly can be, which is something that I didn't get from the cold call person. So by starting a personal brand by someone coming in from LinkedIn, it was a lot more qualified, he was a lot more interested, and he actually cared about what he wanted to do. He was super passionate, and he shared the same passion that I have for growing my personal brand, for growing my business, making sure that I provide the best service out there that I possibly can. And that's the one thing I talk about all the time on here, so I'm not going to bore you with that today. But it's just one thing I noticed. There's three main reasons why someone would start a personal brand. So the first one's authority, the second one is documentation, and then the third one is fame. Now let's go over all of these in a bit more detail. So for authority, it's just someone who wants to come across as a master or a guru in their space and become super knowledgeable and gain the trust of many people, maybe to buy their course or sell a product, or actually to use their services themselves. Now for documentation, this is what I'm personally doing, showing my whole journey, show the ups, the downs, trying to gain a client, of having potential client hope, but then they don't turn into a potential client. Just show you the whole journey. Documenting is all about showing people where you want to get to and how you got there. And then the last one is just fame, is someone who wants to have an online presence. Famous, I suppose. Now personally, for me, if I was starting a personal brand just for fame, just for an online presence, I personally wouldn't do it for that. I do it for documentation, but documentation is my thing, the thing that I want to show everyone how I got towards where I got to, and show you that it's possible, that when I do get there, I can look back on these videos and show people that I was disciplined, I was dedicated, and I was really passionate towards growing my business and just anything I got involved in. And that's what I really care about. So moving on to how do you start a personal brand? Well, it can take place in many different forms. You can start on LinkedIn, you can start on X, which those two are kind of better if you're more of a writer, not like a video maker or anything like that. Then you've got Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all the main social media platforms. These are all great places to start. It just depends on what you want to do and where you want to start from. And I think the main reason why people don't start it is because they're worried of what their friends, their family members, people at school, what they might say. And I think it's a reason that you shouldn't let hold you back, because if it's something you care about, if it's something you're passionate about, you can see yourself doing it in the future, why not go for it? Why not try your best at it? And so you will get certain comments, you will get some people say some negative things, maybe people say some positive things, and you're surrounded by a really good group of people that want to push you forward and support you. Maybe that's the case, but there will be some people that say some things that are probably negative, or something towards the idea of you building a business or a personal brand, but don't let it hold you back. do what you want to do and let you dictate how you want your life to go. So over to the big question, is building a personal brand the right thing for you? Well, if it's something you really care about and you're really passionate about, then those two reasons are more than enough to go for it. And if you're looking to grow your online presence and become someone who's an authoritative figure in a certain niche, trying to sell a product or a course or a service or your actual business to them, whatever it may be, then that could also be another really good reason to do it. And it also means that your leads that are coming through are a lot more qualified, as I spoke about in the first part of this video. That's what I found. And so I'll end the video there. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to take it one step at a time, and I'll see you in the next one. But before I go, it does mean the absolute world to me that you're all part of the journey, and I can only thank you all for that.